Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Monday morning. It is January 22nd, 2024. Things are heating up as far as I don't know if you can call it a standoff, but a conflict between the Texas state authorities and the federal government, the Border Patrol. I'll give you an update on that. But first, a couple of things. If you like the video, hit the like button. It helps us out. And if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, it helps us out, and you can be notified when I put new content in there. All right. I saw also, real quick, I saw this story. This is so weird. And I've never heard of this airline. Ryanair flight was diverted, and this happened over the weekend, diverted after a mid-air brawl. A fight creates chaos on this airplane. This was a commercial airliner. It took off from London and was heading towards the Canary Islands. It had to divert and land in Portugal because a group of adults started fighting on the plane while it's flying. Now, it's been a while since I've flown, but when I did, I was not interested in causing conflict or getting in a physical altercation. I don't want to do that anyway, but on a flight, while you're in a tin can at 30,000, 40,000 feet, no, not the place to do that. Not a good idea. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Anyway, uh, it ended up they had to like I said, they had to land in Portugal. Police there had to physically remove these guys from the plane because at least one of them refused to move. So they had to physically take him off the plane. What is going on with people? I think there's several things, but the first thing that comes to mind is when these folks were growing up, they were just never told no. They were never told no, no, you can't do that. There's no discipline. There was no discipline, I guess. So when they become adults, this kind of stuff happens. And they have a rough life. They have a tough life because they just weren't brought up right. You know, when we were, when we were growing up, if I'd ever, my parents were like, and I'm like, yes, sir, no, sir. I don't, there was a healthy fear, not a fear of abuse, nothing like that. But there was discipline. And even in schools, you didn't get out of line too often because there were repercussions and there were punishments. And it wasn't just in school. Well, I don't know what they call it nowadays. In school suspension. Like, what does that do? No, nothing. They just gonna keep doing it. Or they do nothing and just allow the behavior to continue. That's what I hear too. But I think that's a lot of it. They just weren't brought up right. And that's not the case with on every person, I know. But and two, I didn't fly often when I was growing up and all that. We went overseas some. We went to visit my mom's side of the family in Germany, but they mostly came here. But when we went over there, we went over a couple times. But I remember, and even as a young adult, when I flew more and with work and stuff, we dressed decent. We didn't go in flip flops and looking like crap, man. We wore clothes and wore real shoes and made an effort. It's not like we were dressed up to go to church and all of that, but we were dressed up in decent clothes. Okay, nice casual, you know, presentable, clean clothes, and we behaved. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. I'm on a rant there. Call me old school. Call me old school. That's okay. All right, Texas, y'all. If you're not familiar with the story, I guess it's been a week or so ago now. The Texas military, the governor decided I've had enough of this finally, and the Texas military took over the Shelby Park, which is at Eagle Pass, which is a staging point, an area where a lot of thousands of illegal migrants are coming through the border. They have taken it over and are blocking or not allowing the feds, the Border Patrol, to come in to keep facilitating the surge of these folks from the South coming in through here illegally. All right. That continues. And what's going on now is the Texas authorities are beginning to arrest illegal migrants from testing this and trying to come across. Now they've doubled down. They've put a lot more. The Texas authorities now they've put down a lot more razor wire barriers around around that area of the border, and not allowing people to just stroll through with the help of the Border Patrol. This is going to come to a head. It really is. It's coming, but this keeps escalating. With the feds, and in the meantime, the Biden administration has threatened all this legal action. They issued a cease and desist order. Texas governor and the authorities are like, okay, we're going to keep doing what we're doing here. We put more razor wire up. And, other states, I hope, are watching this. I think the nation should be watching this. I don't think many are. Um, that's just my thought. That's my impression. But it's the Texas, I think it was I don't know if it was the governor or I think it was, I forget who it was, said, Texas, we will continue to defend our borders, our constitutional authority. And that's what it is. Our constitutional authority to defend our territory. And it's good. They have every right to do that as a state. This is a big deal. And I hope other states are watching and actually support this. I just hope they don't continue to be all on their own on this. And but I hope they continue to stay strong and stand firm with this. They could be on their own. I don't know, but I believe we are on a collision course here. And I know the administration, the federal administration, is threatening legal action. They want to get the Supreme Court involved. It will be very interesting to see how that goes, and if it escalates any further, we could be in super interesting times here for sure. And then I saw another article where it said that the cartels are making, and we kind of knew this, but they're making millions, y'all, millions on smuggling, and are helping these illegal migrants come up through and get across the border. And it's turning these border towns into war zones. And there's no telling what all kind of drugs are coming through there as well. I mean, that's pretty much a given, and that's sad. It really is. And then I saw another little update that said that illegal migrants they're kind of pissed off that they just weren't able to breeze through like they were probably told they were going to be able to just come right through, and they're starting to come up to the razor or come up there to the border and mad because they can't just get through, and they're asking. The report here is that they're asking for the Border Patrol, like, where's the U.S. Border Patrol? And the Texas State Guard is standing on the other side like, they're not here, pal. They're not in charge right now. They're not in charge here. You're not coming through here, man. So now and then they get mad and they're upset that they can't do this. So of course they were told, I'm sure, by family or whoever, or by the cartels or whoever's trying to smuggle them, is they've been instructed on what to do here to get through, and that the Border Patrol is just facilitating their pass. They're passing through into the country. So that's interesting as well. But and then the cartels, I'm not too surprised at that. I think we're in for interesting year here with all of this, and people just don't realize, the country, the United States is so big and spread out that so many people, they're not aware so much of this going on, and it doesn't affect them so much. I heard, who was it? I think it was who was talking about this. They made a good point. I believe it was Tucker Carlson said this. He said that if you don't believe it, drive 500, from wherever you are, drive 500 miles in any direction in the United States, stay in a hotel, and then come back. And it won't look, it will look so much different now than it did even a few years ago. I believe that. I believe that. He said that's what everything will look like. He has a point, and I believe he's right about that. Sadly, I know I've driven into areas where I grew up, and not even more recently, places we've lived in the past, or even here in Georgia alone. And it's kind of sad. It's like, man, it looks nothing like what I was what I remember it to be, and it's not the kind of place that I remember or would want to be in again. That's really bad. That's really sad. But I believe that's reality. I believe that's reality right now. And a lot of you could probably um, say the similar. Y'all could probably share a similar story. But let me know your thoughts on this and where this is going. It'll be very interesting. I have a good passage, of course, good passage to share with you guys. It is from Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 7. It says, "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock on the door, knock and the door will be open to you." Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. Amen. It will be. Pray. Let's keep in prayer. And let's be patient and listen. Ask and listen and wait. Wait on the Lord and be patient. And as Stephen says in the comments a lot, stay close to Jesus. Amen on that. All right. Got a new week going here. Let's be safe out there. Be aware. Keep aware. All right. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.